Ever since Multiversus was first announced, there have been countless character polls, and in many of those polls, Ben 10 has come out on top as the #1 most wanted character. Now, one thing that everyone can agree upon when it comes to Ben 10 is how unique the character would be, because again, it's Ben 10, and he's gonna need to transform into the aliens to stay true to his actual character, right? So he would be one of, if not the most unique fighter in terms of the time, the effort, the energy that would create Ben himself, as well as all of the alien transformations that he has, right? You got all those animations, you got all the different movesets, the taunts, etc., right? Character data, you got so much that goes into, essentially it's just one character, but you will have many as a part of that one character. So in today's video, I will be giving my idea for a character concept for Ben 10 and how he could work in Multiverses. So let's begin by going through a character overview for Ben Tennyson, shall we? So Ben 10's most important move in human form is going to be down special, because down special is going to be a selective menu, and you will be able to choose from 5 different alien options. The one I've chosen: Forearms, Heatblast, Upgrade, Accelerate, and Humungousaur. So how is that going to work, you might ask, right? So once he transforms into an alien, how does that all work? Well, luckily I kind of picked some numbers and I figured out once he transforms into an alien, he will be that alien. So say you select Forearms, for example. He will transform into Forearms for 25 seconds. You cannot cancel out of this. You are stuck in that alien as a transformation for 25 seconds in game. Once that 25-second timer runs up, he automatically reverts back to human form. And this is where Ben 10 is going to be his weakest. So Ben, while in human form, he will have a fully fledged moveset, but he's going to be extremely weak. Very simple attacks, couple punches, uppercuts, some kicks, maybe a leg sweep. Something simple, but not a lot of power, not a lot of knockback, because again, Ben's ideal way to play, his play style should be transforming into aliens and getting the right situation for you and yourself while playing as the character. So after the alien reverts back to Ben, well, I put a cooldown on Ben 10's down special, so it will take a little bit after you revert back from alien form to human form. Well, you're not going to just be able to automatically go right back into an alien, because I gave the move a 32-second cooldown. Now, this cooldown will be running the entire time you are transformed as the alien. So essentially, once you revert back to Ben's human form, there's still that 7-second window in between when you can transform again. So you're going to be vulnerable in that, small duration of time, so you got to try to play that out. But I might have a perk that we're going to discuss in a second that will help with, shrinking that obstacle down for us. But again, when he's in human form, very vulnerable. But once he's able to select an alien again, go run into it, choose whoever you want. So Ben's play style as human form is not going to be the way you want to play the character. So you're going to want to make sure you can transform into an alien as quick as possible, but you also kind of want to choose the correct one based on the situation and circumstances in the game. So let's talk about that perk now. The perk I came up with, the name was a work in progress, so don't judge me too harshly. I just called it the Omnitrix Duration. It's essentially, this is going to be one of his main unique character perks, and I just figured if you have this perk equipped to Ben, well, the duration of alien transformation will last an additional 5 seconds. So instead of the 25 that we talked about, it's now going to be 30 seconds. So that means once you revert back to human form with the cooldown on human Ben's down special, it is now only 2 seconds. So something that you will still have to plan, but it's much more manageable if you have this, made up perk for him. So I think it kind of works. It kind of fits. It really helps the play style, helps kind of shrink down his weakness a little bit, but he's still going to be vulnerable in human form. So if the opponent can take advantage of that, well, they could get the upper hand. So you got to play a little smartly with that, but I figured a perk like this would make a lot of sense. So now let's go over some possible moves just for the aliens that I have chosen. So we'll start with Heatblast. Heatblast, he's got a few different ideas for moves. They all got many actually, but Heatblast could be more of I kind of view him as like a mage kind of character. So he's got like a lot of projectiles and maybe a little fast kind of. But the moves, as you see, like Heatblast, for example, and this could just be him kind of like firing out like a giant flame forward, just a big blast of heat. Makes sense, right? Move 2, called it Boiling Tar, but like he kind of like powers up and then he like shoots down at the ground. But this Boiling Tar kind of like comes out over the ground and kind of like this fast moving wave. So in a way, it's like its own projectile, which would be kind of nice. Move 3, Supernova. This is where like he would just charge up and then unleash a giant, you know, pillar of fire and flames. So this could be maybe like an up strong or something to that degree. But this would be a really powerful move. Could get a lot of good KOs with it. And then of course, move number 4, called it Fire Shot. Very simple, probably like a neutral special. It just, you know, points forward and fires out like a little fireball blast. So pretty simple. Got some range in there as well, because like I said, I kind of view Heatblast as a mage kind of character. Now let's move on to Forearms, and well, Forearms is going to definitely be a bruiser. Maybe you could go with a tank, but I got a different tank in mind for this, so I'm going to go, he's kind of more of a bruiser, but it's Forearms. He's definitely going to punch you, and it's probably going to hurt quite a lot, but you could even do like rapid punches, you know, top right arm, bottom right arm, then it could be like his grounded side attack, or his jab attacks as I call them, you know, just arm 1, arm 2, arm 3, arm 4, so it could be like a little 4-hit combo, but you know, got to make use of all them arms. Could also do just like a 2-handed uppercut or something like that, or maybe even make use of all 4 arms. The bottom 2 arms kind of like lunge out a little bit, try to grab the opponent, and then he does an uppercut, knocking the opponent into the air. I figured that would work out pretty well. Or another one, again, using 2 sets of the arms, or I guess 1 set of arms in this case, but he kind of like grabs you, and then he does the traditional, he just kind of like swings you around and then chucks you. Kind of like what Jason does with the sleeping bag a little bit, kind of grabs you and then just kind of flings you out there. So I thought that would be pretty fitting for Forearms. But now let's move on to, well, Upgrade. Who's next? So Upgrade might be a little strange, but I think you could do some really fun stuff with Upgrade here. Some ideas for some attacks. He does have like a Plasma Blast that he can shoot out of his eye. So there's a perfect neutral special attack. There's been a few times during fights he picks up manhole covers from like the street, you know, like sewer covers, and he just flings that. So there's another projectile type of idea. Maybe a side special, perhaps, that could work. Or one of Upgrade's best abilities is to just be able to transform and morph into all sorts of items and objects and machinery. So I figured, what if we did something like him transforming into a freight train, or, you know, a train itself, and we could use this like as his dash attack. Quickly goes into a train form, just kind of runs right through him or right over him. So something like that, getting that type of idea involved for his moveset, kind of transforming into a few different things. That's very fitting for Upgrade, so that's what I went with. Now alien number 4, Accelerate. Definitely an assassin because he's extremely fast, and that would be resembled in his, well, movement as well as his attack. So first up, something as simple as like a quick dash forward. You know, it's almost like you teleport and then you kind of like reappear in one spot. Like you're not going to see him move, but it's that sort of same idea. But he teleports from one spot to the other, and he just delivers a very quick but yet kind of powerful punch. Move number 2, I think this one would be fitting as well, but maybe he just runs in like circle, like in a circle very fast, but he ends up creating like this tornado, and the tornado, maybe it just spins in place, or maybe you can kind of send it outwards. But I kind of like the idea of running in place, create the tornado, and then, you know, the tornado just kind of lasts in the spot that it's created for a few seconds. So, you know, if the opponent is anywhere near it, they kind of get sucked up into it and then kind of shot straight up. And then a third idea for a move, again, accelerates extremely quick. So something as simple as like a rapid jump kick. You know, he's just kind of running at you, and then he like leaps forward, 2 legs, 2 feet, just kind of kicks you right in the face. It hurts very quickly. So again, accelerate pretty quick. Now, alien number 5, this one probably caught some people off guard, but I went with Humungousaur because I figured he fits being a tank kind of character extremely well. Now, some people, you could argue what other aliens might deserve. Maybe Diamond Head should be in here. Stinkfly, possibly. I mean, there's many other options you could choose, but I went Humungousaur because I think you always got to throw in something a little different than what everyone's expecting, because you can have a little bit more fun with it that way. As long as you get, you know, the basics down. So again, Humungousaur, I believe, would be a tank. So something he did in fights, he picks up buildings and just chucks them. So what if that's one of the animations? What if this is his neutral special? It'd be kind of slow, but like a building just kind of spawns, he picks it up and just chucks it at you. So kind of a big projectile, but maybe slow moving. So you do have time to dodge it, but it's going to be, pretty big. So, I mean, he's throwing a building or a house at you, so that's going to hurt. But move number 2, something else that he does a couple times, chomp, or he bites somebody, just a big chomp forward. Few characters in the game have this already, so it's nothing unique, but, if the developers can kind of reuse some animations to help, shorten the process of creating Ben 10 and all the aliens, why not, take advantage of that? So, and plus it fits the character, so bite or a chomp for move number 2. And then move number 3, I think I called it like a tail smack. I mean, he's got a giant tail, so just kind of swings it around and smacks it into hopefully the opponent, or maybe just kind of like picks up his tail and slams it into the ground, like up and then straight down, something like that, or it just spins in place with the tail, whatever, you get it, it's a tail, he kind of spins around, uses it however he wants. Now, of course, this is a character concept, so we got to go over some ideas for, say, alternate costumes or other cosmetics that might come with him, maybe some taunts or player profile icons, something like that. Well, don't worry, I came up with a few ideas. So up first, we'll go over some costume ideas. What if we just went Alien Force? I'm a big believer, if you can make it work, if the devs are able to pull this off, just give him the different looks from different, versions of himself throughout the years in the different shows that he was in. Why not? So Alien Force Ben 10, sure, people are going to like that. So if that's who people, think of when they think of a version of Ben 10, they go, oh, Alien Force comes to mind first. Well, why not just have that as an option? It doesn't hurt anybody, right? What about the one where he's like a little bit older? I think he's around like 16 or maybe like 17 years old, but he's kind of got the black and green shirt. He's going to be a little bit taller, but, this one, it works. People, again, more options, the better, right? Or maybe one that could be a character variant. We could go with Ben 10,000. I don't know. It's an idea. It's possible, I suppose, but you got to kind of figure that out, because I think classic Ben 10 would be the version that they'd go with. So you would have, or the devs in this case would have to kind of figure out the character's height. So classic Ben 10 is obviously going to be shorter than older Ben 10 or Ben 10,000. So got to try to figure out ways to make that work, but I'm sure with enough time and thought process and planning, they could come up with something. Now let's move on to a couple taunts that he could pull out, and I believe this could kind of work with aliens as well, maybe. That way, the taunts just kind of, everybody's able to do that, so again, it kind of helps save the devs a little bit of time making the character, but something as simple as this right here, where he's, I don't even know what to call it. What is it? It's just being cheeky, dare we say? And just take the finger and, just kind of, ha, yeah, gotcha. I don't know. This would be a fun little quick taunt to pull out after, a KO. Maybe you could even make it a winning animation, I suppose, but maybe all the aliens, like I said, could also do this. I don't know if that works, or all the aliens would need to get their own taunts, but whatever it is, this could work as well. But then what about the other one? He just sticks his tongue out and does the... that one. That could work as well. Taunt ideas are taunt ideas, so throw it in there. Now some profile icons. Why not? Let's throw out some more ideas, shall we? So profile icon number 1. What if we just went and showed like different other variations of aliens? So for the first one, I went with enhanced Heatblast. Is this the enhanced Omnitrix version? I forget. I think that's what it is. But these could just be player banners or profile icons. Or you got, another idea. Again, Diamond Head. We didn't use him in the moveset, although you very, very much, you could. It's very possible. He's very popular and he's got a lot of moveset potential, but at least the profile icon, I think, makes sense. So that's just kind of like my little take on the Ben 10 character concept and how he could play. So again, the main thing is going to be Ben's human form down special, choosing which alien. You stay as them for a set amount of time. Then you get reverted back to human Ben, and you got to try to manage and maneuver the game from that point. But, try to get back into alien forms as quick as you can to take the upper hand to get the advantage on your opponent. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you like it, maybe I'll try to do a couple more of these type of videos. But I do believe Ben 10 can work. I don't think he will ever be in Multiverses. I truly hope I'm wrong about that, because I do want him. But I don't think the devs will take that amount of time and resources to create essentially what is 6 characters in one, if, you know, they take this sort of idea. But let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. That is all that I got for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.